Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston and today is the start of my new spring cleaning series and I hope that you are here for it. In today's video, I am doing my kitchen. We are literally decluttering everything, cleaning out every single drawer, you name it, we're doing it. And if you like this video, make sure to come back and check us out on Sunday at Sundays at Tiffany's, because this Sunday I am doing my spring clean and decorate. So anything that is not done in the kitchen during this video will be done in Sunday's video. I even have a checklist to make sure that I don't miss anything, and that spring cleaning checklist is going to be uploaded with every single spring cleaning video that you're going to see on my channel. So make sure you check that out. It's free. There's nothing you have to do to get it. You just download it and print it out. I'll show you what it looks like right here. A little sample, and I think it's just super simple, super easy, and will just like keep you on track. And remember, above all else, done is better than perfect. So just start. You just have to start. Today's video is also a collaboration with my dear friend Lynn White here on YouTube. She is literally the sweetest human being ever and her videos are bomb. Make sure you check her out because she does tons of cleaning stuff, and she's also going to be doing a spring cleaning series on her channel. She does all kinds of things. She even has a vlog channel now. She's always doing something DIY. She taught me how to use my Cricut. She does anything lifestyle related. She has really yummy recipes. You name it, she has it. She's a mom of 5, so she's definitely goals because I'm just surviving over here with 3. So Lynn, you go girl. So make sure that you check out Lynn's video. I'll have everything linked in the description box down below for double the motivation. If you're coming over from Lynn's channel, hi, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. I'd love to have you over here. Definitely let Lynn know that I sent you, and let's get into this. Alright, so the very first thing that I'm showing you is just a before, because from the surface this just looks like a somewhat clean kitchen, no big deal. But inside of the drawers and all of the cabinets, we have a literal hot mess. So we're going to go ahead and make everything look beautiful and clean. We're going to wipe everything down and declutter. We're getting rid of a lot of stuff that we don't need because a clear space equals a clear mind. But first, coffee. Who else needed a coffee after looking at all of that? The first thing I'm doing is just opening up the windows. It was a semi-nice day, and anytime we can get fresh air in the house, even if it's cold and it's just for like 10 minutes, it makes all of the difference, not only in the house just smelling really clean, it just feels like we let all that stale air out from our heater. It's just nice to open up the windows. Before I could get started on our actual spring clean, organize, and declutter, I just had to wash our juicer and anything else that was just currently left out before we could get started. You know, I absolutely love cooking and trying new recipes, so I was so excited when No Kid Hungry sent me this new kit of all baking dishes and baking pans, all of it, because I really needed new stuff. I have like really old stuff that was just like nasty and it reached its time, so this was the perfect time. This was for raising money for the No Kid Hungry campaign that I want to thank you all for donating to. So they sent this as a thank you, and I'm just washing it. I'm going to let it dry, and it's just going to help me declutter. I feel like springtime is the time where I usually purchase new kitchen items. Like I purchase new hand towels, and you'll see everything that I purchased, and I'll also have everything linked down in the description box below. So here is what our microwave looks like and our oven. I feel like these are two spots that I was really like dreading cleaning, so I like to start off with the spots that I'm dreading the most, and I like to end with the spots that I want to do the most. So a lot of times I really love the decluttering and organizing process, so I'll save that for myself for in the end. So today I'm starting with this whole area, kind of doing one by one. I've mentioned this in previous videos, how I love the idea of KonMari, but sometimes it overwhelms me to take literally every single thing out and go from there. I just feel overwhelmed and I shut down. So I kind of do it by section, take everything out by section, if that makes sense. It just helps me stay organized in my mind and lets me feel less overwhelmed by the process. So another thing that you could do is just wash the things that you are keeping. There's so many times where I just like quickly wipe down my baking things and put them back, and they get oily and yucky. So if you're that person too, now's the time to just wash anything that you're keeping, just to have a nice fresh start to your spring. You know, I love making my party prep videos, and I like to do everything myself for birthday parties. So all of that stuff I'm going to put in the basement and just save that for the birthday parties. And then all the things that were in the clear bins, that is things that like I'm going to first let my friends and family look at, and then I'm going to donate. You will see this throughout the video, but as we go through and declutter, we're also going to vacuum out, and I'm using a magic eraser. I always want to call it a dry eraser, so you'll probably catch me calling it a dry eraser at some point in this video, but I'm using a magic eraser just because it really gets everything off of my white cabinets. So that is what we'll be doing after we declutter every single cabinet and drawer. And just being completely honest with this, I didn't even know that my oven door could be see-through again, so I was so excited when I saw that the magic eraser was taking off all the grease and gook. But yeah, I want to say that this portion of the video probably took me at least a half an hour, but I cut it down so much. But it definitely took some elbow grease and some hard work, and I really wanted to make it nice again, because you know, we do enjoy 95% of our meals at home, probably more than that. I'm always cooking in this kitchen. I love to cook. I love to make meals for my family. So it's just important to me to have this area be nice. Also, anything you see here in this video, I will try to have it linked in the description box below, because I know I always get questions on my little razor that I use for cleaning. It was very inexpensive on Amazon, so I will have it linked in the description box for you. This part like overwhelms me for sure, the bottom of the oven, because one, I have the hardest time getting it cleaned. And I don't know, it does take a lot of elbow grease. So the first thing I did was just vacuum out anything that may be weird to you, but there wasn't like any meat or any weird stuff like that. It was just like a little bit of like sweet potato crumbs from recently. So I just vacuumed that out to make my life easier. Now I just wiped it down and I'm putting baking soda on it, and then I'm gonna spray a little bit of peroxide on top, kind of make it into a paste, and this just gets everything off of the bottom. 5 years later, I am now moving on to the microwave, and the microwave is very easy to clean. It's one of those tasks that we put off and it seems daunting, but it's very easy. I just used 1 cup of vinegar and 1 cup of water, and I microwave it for 5 minutes. It just loosens everything up, and then it's very easy to wipe down. And I used apple cider vinegar because I didn't know where my white vinegar was at the time, and it worked perfectly. I know you can also do essential oils and stuff, but I was just trying to be quick and do whatever I had downstairs. And finally, I'm just washing this little cover that goes in the microwave, which, by the way, is a lifesaver. That's why I didn't have to scrub too much in the microwave. And then the oven racks, I scrubbed as best as I could, but they're just like kind of stained and I couldn't do much about it. We had this debate in a previous video about if you use the self-cleaner on your oven or not. I feel like most people do not use the self-cleaner. The one time I used it, I was kind of scarred for life, and it was in our old apartment when we first got together, and the whole apartment smelled like it was on fire, and it was just horrible, and I couldn't get the smell out of my couch for like weeks. So I was kind of scarred, but I feel like some people still do use the self-cleaner in the oven. Now this is going to seem extra, but I promise you this whole spring cleaning series is going to be extra. However, we did recently have construction and everything in our kitchen was just covered in this white dust. So I feel like I'm going to be cleaning this dust for the rest of my life, but it was really built up inside of here, as you will see on this Q-tip. moving on to this cabinet, this was kind of like my mixing bowls, all my Corelle like bakeware, like my KitchenAid tools. It was like everything was in this drawer, and I used to cringe every time I opened this door, and now when I open this drawer I feel like serenity. So wait until you see the after. It is amazing. You're gonna see throughout this video that I'm not only decluttering a ton of stuff, I'm moving things around to where they really make sense. Just I really thought about what made sense for our family and went ahead and made those changes in the kitchen. So again, first thing, vacuuming out, wiping down, decluttering, and making this space beautiful. So in my little like lazy Susan over here, I had way too much stuff. I had 2 crock pots in here and then my KitchenAid mixer on the bottom. I don't use 2 crock pots on the daily, so I'm gonna go ahead and put one of them in the basement as well. I do like to have multiple because I host a lot of holidays and we do a lot of crock pot stuff. So I'm going to wind up putting my white Corelle like dishware in there. I guess you can call it bakeware. I do use it, again, mostly for like parties, but sometimes I use it during the week depending on how many sides that I'm making or if I'm meal prepping. So I'm just putting that back in the top of this, and that makes more sense. I'm putting it behind the crock pot and it works. I'm also putting my KitchenAid attachments behind my KitchenAid. The KitchenAid weighs 5 million pounds, so I'd rather shove this behind it instead of lift it up. But yeah, this works out perfectly, and again, it just makes sense. Heading back over here, I'm just placing in the dishes that we use on a daily basis, and I'm also going to have like my measuring cups in here and my little pot and pan holders. I don't know what you call them, but the things you put down to put a pan on top of. Now, if you're new here, this drawer does not usually look like that. This drawer is usually like my beautiful meal prep drawer where I put things that are making my meal baskets in there. But since my baking cabinet got like insanely over full since I started making everything, not everything, but I started making a lot of stuff from scratch recently. I've been into all kinds of cookbooks. We are gluten-free, so when you're gluten-free, a lot of times you need multiple different flours, or even if you're just trying to be healthy. So I had way too much baking stuff. You're gonna see how we declutter that. That was also like one of my favorite things, that like the way it came out was beautiful. It took a lot of work, but it was so worth it. So now I have my meal baskets in here. I switched them to the white ones that I got from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just putting these little labels on it that say the weekdays. And that is so much better, if I do say so myself. I'm just putting them underneath of the oven. I just have my cake pans, my cupcake pans, and whatever other cookware goes in the oven. It's actually much later on in the day now because I do have 3 kids, so I can't like just be cleaning 24/7 and decluttering. That's why I say that done is better than perfect, because I used to just put things off until I had time to do it. So basically I'm taking everything out of this baking cabinet. I don't even know how I fit all of this stuff in here, and this actually sat on my counter for quite some time while we had dinner and everything else, but now I just put some essential oils on my old labels, and I'm just going ahead and peeling them off. I do have a Cricut, but I just did not have time to sit there on the Cricut and make everything. So I'm just using my handy dandy label maker that I love. And we're gonna make this baking cabinet look beautiful. I don't know if I have any gluten-free people here watching, but if I do have any gluten-free people here watching and you have a great homemade recipe for bread, I would love that recipe. I feel like I have all the ingredients thanks to Andrea, who sent them to me. I have all the ingredients to make gluten-free breads. I just am looking for a really great recipe to be able to make gluten-free bread for my family. Where we live in Pennsylvania, a loaf of gluten-free bread that's not very big at all is $6, sometimes more. I really love using turntables, so I already have these turntables. Again, I'll have them linked below, but this is actually a pretty large one from Amazon, just wiping it down and putting everything back. They're also very inexpensive and just make life easier. It looks so great, right? Until I saw the old sprinkle label. I had to rescue it right away, and now it actually looks stunning. All right, moving on to what is a smoothie drawer, I guess we're gonna call it. I have an older NutriBullet and a new NutriBullet. I don't need an old and a new NutriBullet, so I talked to my sister and she's taking my old NutriBullet. Hers just broke, so it works out perfectly, and I'm just keeping my new NutriBullet. I don't need two of them, so I love when I'm able to give things to my family or when I'm able to donate things. That's another pro of decluttering, is that your trash, if you want to call it trash, it's not trash, but your trash is someone's treasure. I've also decided to put things that go in our smoothies in this drawer too, so it's just super simple. Again, it just makes sense. This drawer wasn't bad at all. I wound up putting all of my mixing bowls in this drawer. I also know that it looks like a lot, but I do a lot of cooking videos, so I like to have multiple mixing bowls for all the ingredients, just to make it easier for people to know what ingredients I'm using. And also, these are great popcorn bowls. You see I'm saving that black and white mixing bowl. They're actually both from the dollar store, but they are my kids' favorite. They love having that big old bowl full of popcorn. I just wanted to show you my coffee and tea drawer because it's not bad. It doesn't make me happy. I want it to look prettier. What do you use for your Nespresso? We are new to Nespresso. We love it. We are getting rid of our Keurig completely now, but I just don't love how that looks. And again, this drawer full of my pots and everything, it's usually very organized because I don't have like a ton, and the set just fits really well together. I always get questions on my pots and pans, and I do love them, and I feel like they work out great. This drawer was just madness. This is like our quesadilla maker, our waffle maker. That giant blue pot I use all the time. It weighs 530 pounds, but I still love to use it. It gives everything a really great flavor. We actually do use everything in this drawer on a daily basis because I said we make a lot of meals at home. So I feel like this drawer looked better, but was pretty much as good as it can get. It couldn't get much better than it already was just because I have so much stuff in there. I ended it there because my daughter is in the 18-month sleep regression, and I knew if I stayed up any later I was going to regret it. So now we're on day 2. We are deep cleaning the dishwasher, and all I did was do 1 cup of vinegar, poured it right into the bottom, and let it go on its hottest setting. And you'll see in a little bit here, it came out beautiful. So easy. I didn't have to do any scrubbing or anything like that. So this toaster drawer was not working out for us. Yes, we have a toaster drawer because I like a clear space on my counter. So I'm going ahead and vacuum out all of the crumbs, and then I'm going to get all the crumbs out of the toaster. And all the cookbooks, they need a new home. They're not working out in the toaster drawer, so we're going to find a new home for them. It is nap time in my house, so that means it's time for my second coffee. I need that mommy moment. By the way, I love the Stoke iced coffee. Like, I don't even need cream or anything in it. It's so good. I love it. Anyway, staying on track here. Now I want another coffee. I'm vacuuming out this other drawer, and this has kind of become like our strainer drawer. Again, I don't know if anybody needs that many strainers, but I do. All of these little top hidden cabinets pretty much got hit the worst with the dust from the construction, so I really need to first vacuum everything out, and then I'm going to go ahead and scrub them and dry them before I put them back. I'm also decluttering a lot of kitchen stuff. I just hadn't really had time to throw stuff out or like go through what we had, so now I am getting rid of a lot of kitchen stuff. Again, they're going in my giveaway basket, and then anything that's just like disgusting is going in the garbage. You will notice with all the utensils and stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm doing them all at once, taking them all out, and then I'm going to wash all the inserts together because I feel like a lot of these items can be grouped together and rearranged because this silverware drawer wasn't making sense to things that were in there. Like I don't use a cake cutter and icing smoother every single day. So you're gonna see how I go ahead and change this out and make it make sense for us. And also, does anybody else's silverware drawer get like disgusting? I don't even know how it happens. I really love how this came out. I basically just did serving forks and spoons on the side, and then some things that we use on a daily basis. And then I'll go ahead and show you what I did in these other drawers. But one drawer is basically like my cooking gadgets and things that I use, like my juicer, my garlic press, can openers, peelers, ice cream scoop. And then this was just like kind of random stuff I use for making cakes. But now we're gonna put everything back, and everything just looks so nice and neat, and I love how it came out. Okay, this drawer was also stressing me out. Yeah, that's just a lot going on there. We're going to be moving some things around, not only just reorganizing that, we're also going to be getting rid of things and putting them in different cabinets and drawers, and you'll see that here. You'll see later in the video I made more space for kids stuff, so all of that didn't stay there. I feel like the Tupperware drawer wasn't too bad, but definitely like had some lids that didn't have partners and things like that. So just freshening this up and making it look nice and neat and making it make sense. All right, who has a junk drawer in their kitchen? Who has two junk drawers in their kitchen? We have two junk drawers, and it always stresses me out every single time I look at it because I'm like, what is even in here? But they're also items that I'm like, where in the world would you go anyway? So the one side has an IKEA like little organizer in it, and the other side is going to be everything from Dollar Tree. You'll see here, I tried to make it work as best as I could. As I did that, my little helper Carter was helping me take everything else out of the other drawer, which could pretty much be another junk drawer too if you really look at it. So I basically made the bottom drawer into like holding coloring books and workbooks. The middle drawer is just cookbooks for now. It's like pretty much an open space, but I'm happy with how it came out. Now I'm just decluttering and organizing. This is like our kids cabinet, but at the top we also have like our larger water bottles that we don't use every single day, but we do use them different times of the year. So I'm wiping all of that out, rearranging and decluttering. You'll see here I'm kind of working on 3 cabinets simultaneously because I'm moving all of this just because it's not working out for us. I hate that you can see like all of the supplements through the clear glass because it doesn't look organized or nice. Also, I found like all these yucky wax melts, like they're so horrible for you to breathe in. So I just went ahead and threw all those out. I didn't even know that they were in there. This looks so much better than it did before. Oh my goodness, it just makes me happy how much better it looks. This next cabinet is just, whoa, that's all I can say. So it has tons of the kids' activities in there. Since we got rid of the desk that was in our living room, we now needed to put the kids' activities in here. So I'm just kind of rearranging them, I don't know why we really have like medicines down here, but whatever. Our linen closet is already pretty full, so I'm just going to keep them down here and putting them all the way up high so that the kids can't get them, and in hopes that we won't need them very often. But so medicines are going to go on top, kids' activities in the middle, and then just a few random things on the bottom. I am getting rid of a lot of my pump stuff just because I'm no longer pumping anymore. And when we have another baby, we're trying to conceive in March. When we have another baby, and I say when, not if, because that's just my mindset with all of it. A lot of people say that it's not okay to say when, but I like to say when because I feel like, you know, that's just a good mindset going into it. But anyway, I'm going on a rampage here. Yeah, so just some random stuff down here, but this is basically like another kids activity cabinet. Up here we have plates, and I'm changing this. I'm decluttering a lot of things. I'm decluttering plates and bowls. I ordered some new bowls on Amazon that I love. The wine glasses I'm going to put over to my right here in that like little glass cabinet that you can see through because they're clear and it looks nice. And then where all of those supplements were, I'm going to put the plates and bowls, and you'll see it came out so beautiful. Look how pretty these bowls are. They were also pretty inexpensive. I only ordered 4 because we didn't need a ton. I asked this over on my Instagram, but one of the things that is the hardest thing for me to declutter is coffee cups because I love my coffee cups. So basically what I did was put all of the non-Rae-Dunn coffee cups up top and all of my Rae-Dunn and clear coffee cups on the bottom, and I just love how this looks. It's just so pretty to me, and it looks peaceful, so much better than those supplements being in there. I also finally got a new oven mitt. These oven mitts I've had for honestly probably 9 years, and they're just nasty. So I got these from Amazon. I love them. And now for the dishwasher, I wanted to show you how nice and clean it came out just from the vinegar. And next, I'm just kind of fixing up our cleaning, like our cleaning stuff and our dishwashing stuff under here. I recently did it, but it just got gross. We also keep our espresso pods under here that we are recycling. I don't know if you know this, but if you go to Nespresso, you can request a free recycling bag, and they have special drop-off places just so that you can recycle the pods. And then you saw there I got new scrub brushes and new things for the kitchen as well because all the other ones are old. This cabinet, I'm just showing you that I recently cleaned and organized it, so that's why I'm not doing it in this video. This snack cabinet sometimes feels like a lost cause because the kids mess it up so often, but I honestly haven't cleaned this out in the longest time and it really needed it. So watch me as I declutter all the stale old food and just make things look pretty. Also got these new clips from guess where? Yep, Amazon. And last but not least, we are cleaning out the fridge. There is one clip that I'm missing. I never hit record, but yeah, you get the idea. I'm taking everything out, wiping everything down. I'm also going to cut up some of my produce just to make more space, and that's something that I love to do anyway. I just didn't have a time to do it. I also want to recommend Full Fridge Friday. It's a game changer. It's from Begin at Home on Instagram. I love her content. You guys will love her too. But she does Full Fridge Friday just so you don't have to worry about like getting groceries on Sundays and just enjoy the time with your family. So I've been really trying to do it. My days aren't always perfect, but I try to have a full fridge on Fridays just to have an easy weekend and a great week ahead and be prepared. Like I said, our grocery bill has gotten much higher, but we don't barely eat out anymore. So I'd rather have a higher grocery bill with nutritious home cooked meals. So I hope that video gave you tons of motivation. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and be sure to check out Lynn's video. Don't forget, cleaning series is starting over here on my channel. Also, I'm always open to video requests, so make sure you leave those down in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Whenever your heart is broken.